Functions. So, what is a function? A function is a block of code that can be used and reused. The function is called by using its name. Okay, so you actually already know two functions that we've been using in the previous lectures. It's the print function and the println for print line function. Remember, print hello world, this will display in the console the text hello world, right? So you guys already know how to use them or call them. That's the right terminology you need to use in computer science. Call a function, okay? Now, let's learn how to create our own function, right? So, this is the function declaration and its call. So, let's look at the first example where we say declare it, func, say hello. So, this is our first function. As you can see, a function starts with the keyword func, F-U-N-C. And say hello is the name of the function, and then it has an open and close parenthesis, okay? That's just the way it is right now. I'm going to explain you in the next example why you need parentheses, but just know that you have to have parentheses whenever you create your own function or declare your own function. So that function doesn't do much. What it does within the curly braces, it prints hello to the console, okay? And as you can see, whenever you use it in the code, you write say hello and it prints hello. Okay, so it's pretty simple. Now, what you could do is actually do more than just one line. That's the beauty of a function. You can write dozens of lines within a function. Okay, so let's look at the func say good night and bye. Okay, so inside you have println good night and println goodbye. And whenever you use it, say goodbye, say good night and bye, it's gonna print good night and goodbye. Okay, now let's take a look at arguments. So a function, you can feed a function. Arguments are a way to feed data into the block of code. These arguments will be used inside the block. Okay, so technically what we're trying to say here is that, take a look at the say hello that we had earlier. Now we say hello to, and this time we use a name as an argument, okay? The name, and which is a string, obviously, because it's text, right? And inside of that function, we say print line hello and that name. Now we don't know what the name is. It could be anyone's name, okay? It could be my name, could be your name, or anyone's name, really. And this is how we use it. And actually this time we use it twice. Say hello to Tarzan, say hello to Jane. And what's going on? It prints hello Tarzan, hello Jane. As you can see, we only had to write it once and we use it twice. Now you can use it 10 times in a row. You can say hello to Tarzan, say hello to Jane, say hello to Mike, say hello to Jonathan, and so on, okay? All right, now let's take a look at a little bit more advanced arguments. Okay, so a function can have multiple arguments. You can just basically keep adding them to your function. And note here, when you use a function, we pass parameters to it as arguments, okay? Now this is jargon, computer science jargon. Some of you want to know that, some of you don't really care that much as long as you get things done, but know that we pass parameters to it. So some people actually use both words, they use parameters or they use arguments, but know that that's what they mean. Parameters and arguments usually mean pretty much the same thing to people, okay? So in this function, we say hello to, and we use a first name and a last name. So as you can see, first name, string, and last name, string, and they're both separated by a comma, okay? And we print hello, first name, last name. So here we're using it, say hello to John, and we have to put last name, Smith. So as you can see, it prints hello, John Smith, okay? Now notice the second argument, whenever we wrote it down, whenever we used it, we had to use last name because it can have multiple arguments and you can actually omit arguments. If you have 5 arguments in a row, you can choose in which order the arguments are going to come, and you can also not use any of, you can use some of these arguments. You don't have to use them all. Okay. Now, if you do not use an argument, it will use its default value. So if you somehow did not use the last name, it would use last name as being an empty string. Okay. Alright, and that's pretty much all you need to know about functions. Now I know for some of you it's not very clear, so please go over the slides again, and don't worry about it anyway, because we're gonna be using function over and over again in the following lectures. Thanks for watching.